I buy flat sheets from the thrift store all of the time because they are great for sewing. I use this floral one as well as some striped cotton fabric that I bought a couple years ago with the intention of making a shirt, and I never did, and I sewed the fabric right sides together. I left about a 2.5 to 3 foot opening at the bottom. I'll show you in a second how big of a rectangle that I'm sewing together. I didn't actually measure it, but you'll see in a minute. It's all sewn and I'm flipping it right sides out. I find it easiest to stick my hand inside and poke it out from the inside versus pulling the corners out from the outside. And like any good seamstress would do, you're going to take the time to iron all of the wrinkles out. It is always worth it. This is how I figured out what size to cut the fabric. So I measured the foam, as you can see that's laid out there, and then I added an inch on each edge and cut the fabric that size. This is just a piece of foam to fit on a double bed, and I folded it in half, and I'm going to keep it folded in half. Now we have our cover with the 2 to 3 foot hole at the bottom, and we're going to put the cover over top of the foam. At this point, I was kind of wondering why I didn't just leave one side open instead of putting a hole at the bottom, but there is a reason I did it. I wanted the sides to look the exact same, so if I had one end open, then I would have had to sew it shut at the end, and it wouldn't have had the exact same look as the other side. I also like the idea of just leaving the hole open at the bottom because you can tuck it into the bed easy, and I didn't want to actually sew this whole thing closed. Okay, we've got it all covered up, and now we're just going to place it over top of our existing headboard. The seamstress in me is kind of cringing at this point when I took out the hot glue gun, but I hot glued some strips of fabric on either side of the foam, and I used that to tie it together to create these really cute bows and hold the fabric headboard together. In total, this project took only about an hour or so, and there we go. We have a really cute DIY fabric headboard. What do you think? Guess what's really cool about this project is it is reversible. What do you think? Are you team floral or team stripe? I also made this really cute house pillow with one of my sewing students. Thank you so much for watching, and check out my other videos for more DIY.